Let's do a mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I want to thank everybody for coming in for a few minutes. I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. I was reading some of the comments on the way in. I'm late today because I walked in here. It was 1:05 when I walked into the house. It was 10 after by the time I was able to hit the power on the studio and all that. So people are probably under the impression that I'm not coming on today, but that makes it even better because we good, Donna? Okay, thank you. I'm okay with people doing other things. Trust me. I'm well okay with that. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about cutting down some of my days of the week. Sorry about that. I heard the bell. But just to keep myself socially inclined, keep everything on the go. I don't even really have a topic today. I just thought I owed everybody. I owe you. I haven't been here for a week. I thought I'd come in. I had a very busy day today in the office, but I'm here. Here's how I look at it. I started with 4 people. We started with 4, and now we got a whole lot more. So the way I look at it is this. I love the fact that you have options. To go to different places, different platforms, podcasts, radio, television, YouTube, all of it. I love the fact that people have options to go where they want to go. I don't think that it's a matter of trading, like you're being a trader. I was reading some of the comments, and I say to myself, I only want to talk to people that want to listen to me. Okay, so I don't mind when people go other places. I stepped my dog. I don't mind. I left all the doors open and everything because I rushed to get here. I don't mind that at all. I tell you what you're going to get from me that you're not going to get from somewhere else, since I don't have since I don't have a topic. You're going to get what you're not used to. I don't like talking about politics, but I'll talk about politics. What trips me out about people who talk about politics is they're still saying the same shit that they were saying 20, 30 years ago. Nothing's changed, even with different leadership. It's like when they're in leadership, they don't talk about certain things. And then when the other side get in leadership, they just talk about how the other side is running leadership. I mean, how they're running things. And it's crazy to me. Not one person said, the people that's hollering about how gas is high right now, not one of them yelled that gas was high during Biden. Not one. And the gas is the same amount of money as when Biden was in office. Not one. But you know what I did? The last time I was in Cincinnati, I took a picture. It was up in the Westchester area at a gas station. It was a Kroger gas station. You know how much gas was? I took this picture. I have it on file. I can show it to you. I'll pull it up myself. You know how much gas was when I was there? Take a stab at it. Somebody put it in the screen. The few people that are here, put it in the screen. How much do you think gas was? This was 4 months ago. 4 months ago. Maybe 5, because we're in May. Someone tell me. Put it in the screen. Let me try to get my. Let me see. I think I got something, because I'm telling y'all, I rushed to get here. So let me fix something real fast. I think my dog is trying to get in here. Come here, man. Come here, right here at me. Come on. You scared to get down? I'm scared to get down. Let's put you on the camera. You want to go on the camera one time, and then you going back up. Then you going back up. Say what up to everybody. Say what up. Say what up, Duke. That's my partner, Duke. There it is. Give me 1 second, and I'll tell you. Come on, let's go back up. You gotta go. All right, I'm back. My apologies. I'm going to read your comments because I've seen some people put some amounts in there. You're going to think I'm lying. So I took a picture of it just so I can confirm. Because I knew one day I was going to have this conversation. I knew one day I was going to have this conversation. I was going to have to bring it up. Let's tell you what I'll do. What's up, Hosh Gray? She said $2.99. CK says $4.38. Blessing says $3.95. Let me see. I'll see if I can pull the picture up. It was at Beckett Ridge, out in the Westchester area. Well, I guess Westchester isn't really Cincinnati, but you know, it's the same area. It's about 5 months ago, maybe. It's the first of the year. Let's see if I can find it. I took a snapshot of it because I wanted to hear all the people. I wanted to make this point. And while I'm doing this actually gives people some time to get here if they're coming. Let's see here. Here, oh shit. Excuse my language. I just seen it and I can't. Hopefully it won't. Because I typed. Guys, give me 2 ticks. Why can't I pull that up? And I don't want to tell you what it was because then you won't believe me. Oh, there it is. 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 Hold on one second. Where are you at? There it is right there. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the exact date. It was a little bit longer. I want you to know it was it was in December. So 6 months ago. I'm taking a picture and I'm sending it to the platform. So you'll see what it was 6 months ago. No, it wasn't. Hosh Gray said 189. I wish. I'm sending it over to the platform right now as we speak. Okay. And I circled it. I get over there, picture. Get over there. There we go. All right. I'm going to put it up. This was at Crossing of Beck in Kroger, 6 months ago. And no one said a word. No one mentioned anything about gas prices. No one said anything about, oh, it's remarkable that gas went down so fast or so much or, blah, blah, blah. Nobody said anything. But when it started going back up to the regular price, all of a sudden gas is an issue. And y'all know I was talking about gas for 2 years, 3 years on this platform, and y'all act like I never brought it up. It was like I was making like I was going in on Biden if I said something about gas prices. Anybody remember that? Yeah, I know y'all do. But then when gas started going down, everybody was silent. Am I lying? When gas was going down and reaching close to $2 a gallon, you all didn't say nothing. Don't believe me? 6 months ago in Cincinnati, Ohio, here's what gas looked like. Crossing of Beck, this was in Westchester. 6 months ago, unleaded gas was $2.39 a gallon. And that was coming, it was $2.99 and working its way down. And y'all never said anything like, man, I'm glad this gas going down. I didn't say a word. I just let y'all do what y'all do. And then Trump does what he does, with this war and it start punching its way all the way back up to what it was. And the same people who didn't say anything when gas was $4 a gallon, $4.25, $4.50, $4.75, y'all didn't say nothing. And I was the only guy here talking about, man, I would go in Kroger and bring 3 or 4 bags out, and I pay $150 for that stuff. And y'all was acting like I was just going in on Biden. But y'all the same ones. And those same politicians are screaming and hollering. Hakeem Jeffrey and all of them was talking about the cost of living. But not one of them talked about the cost of living with the prior administration. Explain that to me. This is why I don't get into the politics game. Because it's a game that I just know that you can't really win. So why am I going to chase my tail like a dog, try to please people, keep people happy, and talk about some shit just to settle their feelings and make them feel good about who they want to support politically? That don't make any sense to me. So this is what I'm gonna let y'all do. The ones that want to continue to chase their tails and run around in circles and continue to talk about the same shit for the last 20, 30 years, talk about politicians, talk about who doing what for black people, because ain't none of them doing nothing for black people. You got to understand, black people got to do what they do for themselves. And until a party is talking like that, there ain't a party that has your best interest. So I don't want to talk about that type of shit. Meanwhile, you got people that love to single out politicians and talk about this and talk about that because it makes you seem smart. It make it seem like they know what the hell is going on. And I just don't understand that. I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So when people choose to go to other places, that is unbelievable. That is so cool to me because they're getting what they need. You feel what I'm saying? I may not be what they need. I understand. I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me. Everybody's not for you. So it's so cool. It is so cool. Look, if it was a competitive thing, competition to me is not competition if it's not monetary. If it's no money involved, it's not competition to me. I'm just tuned and wired that way. So if somebody was stepping on my livelihood, I would be more competitive. But if it's just, okay, we playing checkers, we playing chess, and there's no competition, there's no monetary gain in it for me, I don't take it as serious. I just don't. That's one of the reasons why I don't gamble. I don't gamble on things like sports and stuff like that. Because what happens is when it's monetary, you get I get very competitive. And that's how you end up being a junkie. You end up being a sports junkie or betting junkie because you're chasing the wins and you're chasing that, you got to make up that last loss and you're just trying to be the best. Whenever you attach money to it for me, and it's in a competitive setting, bro, I go hard. I go hard. But if it's not money attached, or you know what I'm saying, if there's no monetary gain, it just doesn't. It doesn't really. There's no fight coming from me, because I'll be honest with you. I definitely, if I was a competitive dude in the podcast space, I definitely can say and do some things to make people think about what they doing, what they saying, where they are, what they doing in life, how they can change your life, how I could change your life. They don't want to have them type of conversations. I promise you. That type of that shit they don't never want to compete in that area. Let me go to the phone lines and get something started. Give me something to talk about. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Wyatt? This is CK, man. How you doing on this beautiful Cincinnati Sunday?
CK, Tuesday, I'm doing well. I don't know where you are, but it's Tuesday where I live. You said Sunday.
My bad, my bad, man. I'm proud of you, man. I see you doing good work out here, man. You got them suits going. Hey, man, I'm just so proud. It was hard last week, man. Going through a week without therapy for a guy like me with my mental. You hear me?
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
Oh, I did it. You still alive. My prayers is true. You feel me? Remember, I just called to tell you that prayers are still valuable. And I know you know, but we have to spread that to your audience. Okay. Don't you agree?
I agree. prayer is valuable.
Yeah.
I pray every day.
Enlighten me on your thoughts of prayer, sir.
I pray every day. Now, my prayers may be different than yours. Yours may be different than mine. I believe that there's a God. I believe, because this is what I never ask God for anything. I'll be honest with you. God he's going to give you what you got coming.
Don't ask for God for anything. Okay, I like that.
No, I don't ask. The only thing I may ask God for is guidance, but I've never asked him for something like, Lord, let me get this, let me get that. Because if it's meant for me,
I need vagina. I asked him, remember when I was a virgin, I prayed for vagina. So you said that was blasphemy to ask for that.
I don't even know how to answer that, but I guess.
I'm just being honest. Be honest. Just give me your instincts. You know, I'm a mental health person. Tell me, was I wrong or was I right? Am I prayer to the Lord?
I can't speak on that for you, brother.
He answered it, but he made sure I turned an adult. He didn't want me to get nothing before I was, I was underage. So I was a legal adult by the time I made penetration into a vagina, if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't know where this conversation is going, brother, but
it's about prayer. I know what I'm saying. You just told me you shouldn't pray for things, and I'm just giving. Come on, you gotta stay sharp. I don't be going nowhere. You be telling me I'm jumping. I'm saying what you say. You said I don't pray for things. I'm like, okay, I gotta adjust that. You said I'm doing blasphemy, so I'm disrespecting the Lord by asking him for materialistic things.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm asking. That's a question, brother.
Well, first of all, here's what I'll say to you about that. Okay, I'm gonna say you're wrong, and I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to know why?
Yes, sir.
Because I think, and like I said, I'm no guy who, oh shit, CK, please call back. I was trying to transfer the phone over, and I accidentally hit the hang up. I didn't mean to do that. All right, I think that's CK. Are you back, bro?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, that was my fault. I hung up by accident trying to transfer the phone.
Much love.
But let me tell you why I think you're wrong for asking God for sex.
Okay.
I think you should ask God for a wife first before you ask God for sex.
I was a child, sir, without sex. This is not
but
now.
You didn't ask me.
I'm not talking present, sir. I'm talking about as a teenager when I was, in that groove begging for, kids are horny.
Yeah, I know, CK. But what I'm saying,
right.
You just asked asked my opinion. Now, Tanika said, hey, what's up, Tanika? She's down in Florida. She's down in Orlando. She says, I ask God for everything. He's my father and my source. I'm not mad at people who ask God for things because that's what we've been taught. And I don't know if it's biblical to ask God for what you need. I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow the word like that. I do what works for me. I don't ask God for anything. And I don't think people who do ask God for anything, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just speaking for myself. I don't ask God for anything because God already has me. I know he knows what he has, what I have coming. I ask God for guidance. That's the only thing I ask for. I'll ask God to help me get through something, but I'm going to step first. See, when you ask, I just have this independent thing. Like I'll ask God for direction. Okay. And then I got to make all the moves once I'm guided in the direction that I'm going. But I never asked God for me to be successful in business. I've never done that. I've asked for guidance. I've asked for direction, but I've never asked him to make this deal happen for me tomorrow, God, because God knows if that deal is good for me or not. And I just have this mentality of if something don't, Tanika, let me say this to her, and I'll say it to you as well. That's how some people lose faith. If they're not smart enough to understand that everything that they need and want, and they ask for God and it don't turn out right, or when something tragic happens to you, but you're a praying person and you always asking God for something, but it don't come to you. There's some people that lose faith that way. Listen to the people out here who says, if there was a God, children wouldn't get abused and raped and things of that nature. Yeah, I mean, see what I'm saying? Like, why would you think that there's not a God because bad things happen? There's also another God.
Please let me speak on that, Mr. Wyatt.
Go ahead.
I speak on that subject you just brought up?
Sure.
Because I felt the same way, Randall. I felt the same way. Like, so you telling me because it's hurt in the world, it ain't no God. You sound like a fool. What about him blessing me for not being abused as a child? That's a different God, right? Because if it wasn't a God, the same thing that happened, the deplorable things that happened to those people would have happened to me. Don't you understand? So
Well,
by me being able to see what happened to these people that's being abused, I know I'm blessed. You see what I'm saying? So yes, there's a God. He's protecting me.
yeah,
But some
okay,
people are not protected,
but
and
God,
it's sad. But we pray for those people. Your thoughts?
yeah, but I think they're making the point that if there was a God, those things wouldn't happen to anybody. They're not saying why things happen
Right.
bad to me. They're saying in general, kids wouldn't get, you know, abused and raped and
And
things
that's
of
where
that.
I need you at. Now explain why it does happen, because I need you to help me in these debates I have in. Now, how would you explain when it does happen? Because I'm with you on this, but explain so I could be more articulate with my debate
Well,
skills.
I don't know if I'm gonna help you there, but I will say this. I'll say that it's more than one God. Now I have one God, okay, but there's more than one God that's out here working. He may not be a God.
Whoa,
Yeah, he
whoa.
may not be a God
That's
that we
blasphemy, sir.
say what?
That's blasphemy.
Okay, you say whatever you want to say, but you know, people do things by listening to another God. You know, it might not be our God, and don't take the word God out of context. What I'm saying to you
Yes,
is,
sir.
you know, the devil has angels too.
Yes.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? He got people working in his army as well. So
Right.
when you
And he's
start,
from heaven. He's from heaven also. Remember?
well,
Don't forget that part. Now, you
all
talking
I'm
about, well, you know
all
where he's from. Where was his birthday that he was birthed in heaven, right?
well, I don't, bro. I don't know where the devil. I don't want to meet him. I don't know him. I don't want to get to know him. I don't want his history. I know what he does, and that's enough. But he has
You're good.
angels.
You're good.
He has angels out here too, and they on people's shoulder. And you think that God has something to do with these guys running around in the streets with these guns and shooting one another? You think that's God's work?
You know it's God's work when he put, okay, if a dude draw down on me, he pull the trigger and it don't go off or it jam and I get away. Yeah, God saved my ass. He was there. I'm like Tanika, I'm sorry. Tanika, I don't want to say her name.
Mhm.
But I'm with her. I think he is with everything. The Bengals losing the Super Bowl, Muhammad Ali with Joe Frazier. You got to stop isolating him. He
Okay,
is, like you said, all the time.
let me
That's why
read.
they say God is good all the time, sir.
let
Listen
me
to the words.
let me read
Words
this to you.
all the time,
let,
every time.
let me read this to you because brother David Herring came in. He says, Matthew 7-7. He says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. James 1
Whoa.
1-5. He says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's
Yes.
not me asking God, I hope my credit score is good to get this car. I need this car, God. You know, that's just a God. That's just like a, you know, I I ask for the wisdom. I ask for direction. I don't
Right.
ask for things. I don't ask for
Right.
accomplishments. Now I ain't saying I've always been that way, but I've grown. I've been that way
Yeah.
for about 25 years now of
Hey,
my
hey,
life.
let me give you an example, sir. Remember a couple weeks ago I was late on the rent, right? Remember, it's guidance, it's God. Because I didn't just, hey God, could you send me $200? No, you get on, use your brain. You call Wyatt. Wyatt is a financial guru. He will get you through it. He's just one man in a whole other state, and he could get your ass through it without going to jail. He's a legal guy, so he's not going to uh, put you up to doing anything illegal. He's going to get you the money by means of legal ways. So I have to say to you, this phone call here is very good, and I think we got through to the people. I think this was groundbreaking, and I think the part that you said about the people that's suffering, yes, that's what they got to know. It's still a God, sir. We all suffer. Wyatt suffer, CK suffer, but we kept our faith. And that's the main thing I want you to spread to the kids, man. Thank you,
Okay.
man.
All
Thank you
right.
so much
All
for
right,
your
brother.
intellect and your, you're just so smart with your accomplishment, man. Thank you for this. Just keep on IQing it. IQ, you're an IQ genius. I love it, man. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, CK. Thanks for engaging with us today,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
All right.
God bless you,
Talk to
man.
you soon, bro. All right, let me address something right here or go over it. Tanika replied to David Herring and said, John 14-14. He says, if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. I don't see, that's hard for me. That's hard for me because I think we take these words, I think we've taken these terms and biblical, I just think that we're taking them out of context, guys. I don't think that if you ask, okay, ask God for $1 million and ask for it in his name. See if he'll deliver it to you. See what I'm saying? I just think, and I know there's a little word out there or a phrase out there that says you can't just ask God for things, you have to put the work in. You know, and this is not really my this is not my forte. This is not my stomping ground at all. Talking about, you know, church, biblical. It's just not my area at all. I think everybody has God in them and they deal with God. And, you know, this topic, we deal with it all the way we want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't, some of these phrases and these lines that you read and just ask God and ask for it in his name and he'll deliver it to you. I don't know if that's true because what I see, and I know y'all gonna think that you know that's crazy, but you know, in competition, people pray before the games. They pray before things happen. Sometimes people pray before they place a bet and they lose. Two teams pray at each other, and one team gonna win and one team gonna lose. So what do you say to the team that won? The boxer in the ring, the boxer in the ring who prayed for victory got victory, and after the fight, he says, "First thing I want to do is thank God." The boxer who lost the match, he prayed before the match as well. See, I don't pray for the victory. I pray for direction, which means, Lord, help me get through this and let me survive it. Win or lose, just help me get through this. Give me the lesson and I'm going to learn through this process. But to simply think that you can ask God for what you need in his name and he's going to deliver it to you, I think people take that out of context. Now, I could be wrong. But if that's the case, we'd have a whole show full of millionaires. We'd have a whole show full of successful people that's living their dream and doing everything the way they want to do it and doing it every day, all day. I know I got some praying folks on here. Let me go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, my man, Wyatt?
Ron Dula.
How you feel?
I feel okay, brother. How you feeling today?
I'm good. Grateful. Hey, so y'all done hopped on this topic, and I been meaning to. Well, I've been doing some research and getting some information.
Okay.
So,
are you about to change the topic? I hope so.
Huh?
Are you about to?
No. Well, I'm about to change it and keep it the same.
Okay.
And at the same time. So now, Trump been talking about that disclosure and everything. UFO disclosure and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
So now, and I don't know how true it is. I mean, I've seen podcasts and everything, where they said they've met. But the Pentagon had certain pastors of mega churches meet because of the disclosure that they were going to try to give. And in that meeting, they said that and then you can refer to this with Senator Tillis and what's her name, Senator Paluna. If you look them up, they'll give you all the information. And that UFO.gov, all that. If you comb through the information, the shit is spectacular. But what they said was that they're going to release everything that they know about the UFOs and who's the actual creator of us, and that they're going to disclose that aliens created us, and basically there is no God. Now,
Who said that, Ron? I'm sorry. Who said they're gonna do that?
the mega churches and stuff, the Pentagon told them that's what they wanted for them to get their parishioners ready for
They'll never
that
do
disclosure.
That. They ain't gonna never do that.
Now, I mean, well, you know, they releasing the files and everything, but right now the thing of it is, you know, I'm Acts 2:1 and 2 saved. You know, I'm saved, and I know I'm saved. So, you know, I've experienced, you know, a plethora of things, you know, that, you know, gives me confidence that there is. I don't have no doubt that there is a God, and I know who my creator is.
Okay.
The thing about it is that the Bible talks about that great deception in the book of Revelations. And we can skip all around it, if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
But everything, and I know that you said that you don't dabble in the word a little bit, but God called me to the ministry in the 80s. And, I think I talked about this on the Emmanuel show a while back, and I think it was you, but I was wondering why, because I am faithful to God, but, I quote unquote wasn't living what everybody else was living. But that was before I knew that they was living the same way I was living. They was just hiding they shit and going to church. I couldn't go to church like that.
Okay.
I couldn't go.
So what? Okay, go ahead.
But I'm gonna wrap it up with this. God give me, and certain people know this, gifts are without repentance. And what that means is what God gives you, you got. He ain't gonna take it back. He ain't gonna take it back. So, God gave me a bunch. And what I'm simply saying is that, and because I don't want to preach to nobody and nothing like that. But this is a spiritual battle. You ain't never seen you ain't never seen the northern lights this far in the Midwest in your life, and we've been seeing it regularly. I've been my mother's son for almost 60 years. And I've only seen the blood red moon like the last 3 to 5 years.
So what does that mean? Like, does it mean that something is about to happen?
I'm saying,
I mean,
what it means is that we skirting around this stuff. And the book of Revelations, it's either real, and you gotta have this concept. It's either real or they time travel, because they had to do it. But at that point, somebody had to keep the record. Now, God is real, or they either time travel, and that's some shit to think about. But we can't trust nothing that we see on the internet, and you don't even know whether or not you're pushing your algorithms or whether your algorithms are pushing you. This is a spiritual battle, and God is real. Do not fall for the deception. Do not fall for the deception.
Okay.
And I've been preaching that they're going to try to create chaos. This money system, they got you messed up if you're not prepared. And most people ain't prepared for what they have coming. They already passed the Clarity Act, and it's going to the full House for a floor vote, and then off to the Senate. And what that means is that everybody is going to have crypto. That's going to be the currency. And that means that they will have control over whether you can buy or sell. And everybody, like I said, skipping over that shit, but that is real. I gave you MO 2020 060606 long time ago. Look that shit up.
Okay, let me ask you something, Ron. Let me ask you something, Ron, because I'm not denying what you're saying. I hear you. I follow you. But isn't it possible that all this could be part of a
conspiracy?
Man-made change that's a normal thing. Like currency has been traded.
No. Because now they have control over whether or not you can buy or sell. No.
But it's always been that way, though.
It's not. Okay. I can go to the store and buy myself a pack of blunts right now.
Sorry.
I can go to the local store and buy myself a pack of blunts.
Okay.
So but if they don't agree with your social score, they can lock your account. They can, man. Like I said, look it up.
No, what I'm saying to you, Ron, is I've always thought that the government can control what you buy and sell anyway.
I'm sorry.
I said I've always felt that the government can control what you buy and what you sell anyway.
No, you're not getting the concept of that.
No, I truly understand.
You saying that they can have control over general things. I'm telling you that if they don't like what your content was on your show, they can lock you out of all of your stuff.
And they do that.
And they ain't locking me out of me going to buy a blunt right now. And that ain't that's hey, look. I ain't gonna argue.
Can I give you an example?
Because you.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
Like I can't argue the court system with you. You can't argue this with me.
Well, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And you could argue. Wait a minute, hold on. You could argue the court. You could argue the court system with me, Ron, if you had an experience.
But now you know what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. But what I'm
several times. You said that several times that you can't nobody argue with you because you know the court system.
No, wait a minute. Let's put it out. Let's put it out there the right way. I said that no one can argue my point. Because so if it was a
you
specific,
can't argue my point.
But yes, I can. Yes, I can because
you don't know. Because you don't know.
But wait a minute, Ron. You're basically what you're saying is you're basing your information off your studies and off your readings, right?
Yeah.
But does it make it factual?
That's for you.
I just needed you to be able to answer
it's
that.
Factual for me.
Okay. So then
you said you was a Christian, but you don't study that stuff.
No,
but I study it, so it's factual for me. It's factual for
Right.
me.
Okay.
It's a question
But
for you.
but now what's factual
It's a
to
fact.
me?
It's factual for a whole bunch of people right now listening.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Ron? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna put it to you this way because I want to just change the focus a little bit. I think that what's factual to us is what we've been taught by other people, but that don't make it factual. Okay, it might make it factual to you. Like for instance, there are a lot of things in our Black history that have been taught to us that we think are facts. And we'll argue it to the day we die, and it won't be a fact. It would just be what we've been taught.
Just like when I said that I'm Acts 2:1 and 2 say, see, if you don't know what that is, you don't understand.
Well, what I'm saying to you is, can I say this, Ron?
That I've given you.
Let me just say this, Ron.
If you don't understand that, you don't understand the factual information that I've given you.
But you're trying to. What I'm saying. What I'm saying to you,
understand,
Ron. What I'm saying to you is the things that you're discussing. I'm not all the way off of what you're talking about. I'm with you in some of those areas. But what I'm telling you is some of the things that you're saying is gonna happen, they've already happened well before this technology even started. The government has always been able to control what we do and what
no. Again,
Ron, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Ron.
Do
you know what the FDCA? Do you know?
No, you don't understand.
Okay, well, Ron, help me. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then maybe you can help me understand.
With the insurance, the banking insurance.
Why do you have that?
I know about all that.
You say what?
The banking insurance.
Okay, you know that every account in the bank account in banking is insured, right?
Yeah.
Up to how much?
$100,000.
That's not accurate.
$250,000.
There you go. It's now. How many people you think have $250,000 in the bank?
There are not too many people.
Okay. Do you know why they have it that high?
Because too many people have it.
Well, it's
but
because
do you know what's your $1 million balance?
Say it again.
With your $1 million balance, you should know what that balance you showed us that one time.
Well,
I forgot what it was, but that balance that you showed us on that one time when they ripped you off.
Yeah, it was over $1 million, but that's not my point.
Okay,
my point
now, can you imagine you never being able to retrieve that?
Ron, you just took my example and turned it into something different. But let me explain to you why the banks have those insurance policies on there. When the majority of the people don't have $1 million in the bank, so why should you have $1 million worth of insurance or $250? They don't have $250,000 in the bank. Why should you be paying a monthly account fee that includes an insurance that the government backs? Why do you think you do that?
No, and that's what the Clarity Act is for. They're changing the banking system. You don't have to have
been in
FDIC.
That's my point.
You don't have to have that because it's on a ledger. It's no longer
so now let me ask you. Okay, saying what you're saying is true. I believe what you said. Okay, so don't get mad. Don't go into another gear. Don't get mad. I believe every word you just said when you said that you're not going to have the government to back the money. Who's going to back your money? Who's going to protect it?
It's going to be backed by a ledger.
Who's insuring your money, Ron?
The ledger.
I said, who's insuring your money?
The ledger isn't the ledger.
The ledger is not an insurance policy. Come on, Ron. Come on, bro. Who's insuring your money?
But see, you don't understand. But see, if you don't, okay. No, I'll leave.
So there's just going to be one form of banking.
Okay, what is the Clarity Act?
I can't form off all 19 points of the Clarity Act.
But what is it in general?
It's the way the banking and cryptocurrency and all that old stuff, bro. I'm not abrift on all that stuff.
But now
I won't even be alive when all that kick in.
If you don't know, bro, because sometimes it's okay. You said told that the twin. sometimes it's okay to say you don't know.
I just
I
did.
mean,
I just said that. I just said I'm not abreast of all that. I just said that.
Okay, but if I'm feeding you information,
But I listen, bro. Listen here. Let me tell you who I am. Let me tell you who I am as an individual, bro.
My information is wrong.
I didn't tell you
if
your
you don't
information.
know the
I didn't tell you
information.
your information was wrong. I was asking
Okay.
questions of your information.
Okay.
You got offended because you thought I was thinking it was wrong. I asked you one question. I said, who insures your money? And you went off on something else because you don't know the answer to that.
No, I just told
You said the
answer.
ledger.
Who?
You said the ledger is on it. When I asked you the question, you said
the ledger. The ledger is.
That's what I said. I said it.
Listen, you don't have to have insurance. The money is guaranteed.
I am not putting a dime of my money anywhere that can't be insured.
You don't have a choice.
Okay.
When they go to the cryptocurrency period.
Okay.
And it's the banks, and the banks are going to really rob you because it's only going to be
Ron,
a few cryptocurrencies that they are going to allow to control everything. Look, what I'm saying.
I have a Bitcoin account, Ron. I have a Bitcoin account that has an insurance policy on it. So that's just gonna go away. They're gonna take it.
Your house is your house, right?
Hmm?
Your house is your house, right?
I hope so.
Okay. Now, what is happening is when you go to a bank and you go get financing for a house, you get that house, but several people may own that house because that house is on a ledger. Now,
a ledger meaning liens?
No, a ledger meaning it's a digital currency. It's a digital currency.
So what aspect of the home do they own? The land, the dwelling? What do they own?
They own everything.
No, I disagree.
No. Okay.
So
the house is going to be on a ledger, and I mean you can disagree. Hey, I'll tell you what.
So if I run a title search on my home,
I go to a page called Camilla Stevenson, and you know. That's one of the girls I follow. She gives you a really good breakdown on cryptocurrencies, and she just gives a really good breakdown.
Now, Ron, here's what I like to say. I like to say what I.
But I want to just get back to my original point, and I'll shut up.
Okay.
Like I said, they are going to try to create chaos. And
who is they? Who is they?
In the thick of it, I know it's chaotic right now.
Who's they, Ron? Help me.
I know.
Ron, who is they? I like to know who they are. Honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking you, who is they? The government? The people that run this whole entire show. You know that's shine that the people that run this show, everybody. Okay.
Everybody, because everybody got to be in on it, and I don't say got to be in like they got to be. I'm saying that one hand washes another. You can't have everybody, and can't have everybody at odds and do the things that they're trying to do on purpose. Cryptocurrency right now is all over the world. You don't need 10 minutes or 3 days for your banks to transfer money and stuff. I mean, man, listen. What I'm telling you is what I'm seeing. But I'm telling you,
You know what I do see?
uh,
You know what I do see, Ron, that I can relate to what you're talking about with? I do see a different way of how money's going to be circulated. I do see a more digital way of currency going in, and it does allow the government to be a little bit more monetary. I think the days of putting a bunch of money under the mattress or in shoe boxes, those days are numbered. I think you won't be able to do that much longer within the next decade. I do believe that. But I do not believe that we're going to be in a space where your money, they dictate, how much you can spend, where you can spend it. I mean, they kind of have that control now, the government, but I don't believe it's going to be as strict as you.
I'm gonna repeat it again so you can see it. The M is in Mary, O is in Oscar. 2020 060606. They gonna even be able to tell if you working or not, nigga.
They can do that now.
Okay. I ain't talking about on video, but
I ain't talking about on video either.
Okay, all right.
I think that we're under a microscope. Everybody, I think they know exactly how much money is in your account, how much money is in my account. They know the last time you paid for something. They know the last time that you made some money doing something that you don't think they know about. So
they knew about that when what is it, John Snowden? What's his name? Snowden? You remember that when he flipped on Obama and he gave all that sensitive information that dude is hiding over in Russia.
Yeah,
we knew that in Obama's administration. So if we knew that in Obama's administration, which is 15, 20 years ago, if we knew that, and we know that the government is always 20 years ahead of us, and we see AI and everything that's going on now, what do you think they have right now?
I don't know, Ron, but I got one for you. I got one for you.
Just leave.
Tell me that one. Okay. What was that number again? What was that number you said? What? M what?
M is in Mary.
Okay.
O is in Oscar.
Okay.
2020 060606. It's a Microsoft patent.
Okay. I got one for you too. You ready for it?
Bad. No,
I'm serious. I just looked it up.
What?
Write it down. I want you to do your research. I
can't. I'm outside.
No,
I can't see
well,
no
okay, well, let me say
nothing.
it so the audience can write it down. You ready? IGOTTAGO 2026. Look that up.
Bye, Brandon Wyatt.
I gotta go. That's what that said. All right, bro. Appreciate you, Ron. IGOTTAGO 2026. Motherfucker. I missed a couple calls. You running all them damn numbers and rattling all that old change and shit, rattle change in your pocket, them numbers and shit all over the place. I missed calls. Y'all know I like Ron, man. I mean, Ron got me thinking Space Invaders and stuff. I don't know what's up with that. Let's go to the next caller. It's a short show today. Let's get them in and then we'll get up out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Hold on. What's up, caller? This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Shut up, Wyatt.
Hey, twin. What's good with you, bro?
Oh, not much, man. I can't call you. All right?
I'm fine. I'm a little dazed. Ron hit me with a 1-2. He hit me with a combination of some bullshit, but I'm all right. It's all good. I hope. Listen, hold on, twin. Before you get started, I ain't gonna be able to go too deep into this biblical thing and all. I can't do it, bro. Not after that little. I just drunk some Quazo or some shit that Ron just hit me with. Can we talk about something that I can at least kind of relate to and kind of Can we have a topic and maybe come up with a solution?
Yeah, we're gonna have a topic because you brought it up. This your podcast, and there was a topic you said you ain't had nothing to talk about, so we gonna talk about something. let's go biblical on this.
Oh, no. Let's not. That's what I was talking
No,
about,
man,
bro.
because let me tell you,
That's
it was a
not my
testimony.
area. But
No,
go
I'm
ahead,
gonna say a little bit, because let me tell you, let me hold you accountable for what you said a couple of years ago or two.
Okay.
God is our provider, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask and stuff. And so he give you strength and capability of asking, man. What's the purpose of you being on this world, man? Without ask, you gotta have faith and believe and trust the process.
I believe what you're saying.
You said, why would I ask God for $1 million?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't say
you
that.
Speaking.
I didn't say that.
Huh?
I didn't say, why would you ask God for $1 million? I said, ask him for $1 million and see if he'll give it to you.
Oh, okay, because I'm going to ask God. I'm speaking in existence. Lord, I need $1 million and stuff. Oh, yeah? But when a couple of years ago, or whatever, when you was testifying about your daughters, hey, I'm glad, God, you give me some proud daughters or whatever, and I'll do the rest.
There you go.
You were speaking in existence.
No, what I did is exactly what I said that I do.
I didn't ask. Lord, I'm gonna tell you what you said. Lord, if you give me some good babies, healthy babies, I'll do the rest.
That's right.
You were speaking that in existence.
Okay,
so
but
ain't nothing wrong. Whatever you ask, God will supply all your needs.
That's not the same as asking for $1 million, twin. That's not the same. I asked God to give me
help. It don't matter, because you know what? It don't gotta be a form of money. That $1 million can go towards a building that you've been asking 10 years ago, and here it comes 20 years later.
See, this is what
got that $1 million business.
This is what happens when we get these opinions twisted amongst each other. I don't think you're wrong, but y'all think I'm wrong. I don't.
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. No. Don't get it twisted, player. I hear you 100%. It's just a fact. God say, come as you are. Your heavy labor and everything. I shall supply all your need through riches and glory. See, he supplies that. I believe in Jesus, man. Regardless of my situation, God's still working on me. And I got faith and I believe in God. Even though the people realize this, man. People say he's an all-time God and whatever, hands off God, and why he allowed that person to get shot. Why this? And you got to start from the beginning, man. When Adam and Eve was in the garden, and he said it was gonna be everything on earth. Since you go cause sin and everything. And what's happened to us now? Sinning everywhere, shooting, hating, and everything else towards
shit
one
been
another.
Going crazy since day one. Since freedom began. Since people had freedom to do what they want to do, or had the opportunity to do something crooked, it's been theft, thieving, and all that stuff since the beginning of time.
But look at it though. He give you a chance of repentance, man.
Okay, what that got
regardless
to do?
Regardless of all of what happened, what he said, he give you a second chance of life of repentance. See, people don't realize that, man. You can ask whatever you want from God. That's why he say, come as you are.
Twin, you're not saying anything. I don't disagree. You're not saying anything that I'm not familiar with and I don't believe. I believe everything you're saying. I just think that people have their own way. We interpret things, and when I get an interpretation, it leads me to use it. I'm going to deal with it the way I want to deal with it, because I don't ask God for certain things. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that I have less belief in God than you, because you put all your trust in God. So do I. But I ask God for things in a different way. What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So what are y'all talking about? Why everybody throwing all this shit at me about, well, God say all you got to do is ask me and thou shalt receive, and I don't
but I'm
believe.
Saying you said about the $1 million. Lord, I need $1 million.
Everybody asked for $1 million. Everybody asked for $1 million. How many got $1 million?
There's not wrong with that. Like if God fit the look.
So,
if he put $1 million,
if
he put $1 million in my hand right now, I probably don't know what to do with it right now.
That's probably true. And
I got to think about what I'm. If God allowed me and put $1 million right now in my account, I got to think about what I'm going. I can't say, oh, I'm about to go buy some bubble gum. I'm about to go do this. I got to think about, like, man, what should I do? I ain't gonna say God bless me, and I'm not gonna say, God, what should I do with this money? Because I'm gonna be happy. I need to figure out what I'm gonna really do with it. Lord, you bless me with it, but Lord, I gotta see or something. I don't know. I'd be confused with it, man.
Okay, so are you?
So we gonna get off this topic, but man, I just had to, man, you can ask God for anything. Come
You
as
can
you are.
ask you can ask God for anything, you're right, but he does not deliver everything that you ask for. That's pretty damn obvious. And that's just
Because he know, guess what? He probably think, twin, if I give you this million, I know what you gonna do with it. So why should I bless you with it? And I know you're not gonna
So
really,
that means that since you have that impression of yourself, that you will never ask God for $1 million. Since you already know
I
that
asked
he
before.
knows. You did ask him before?
Yeah, Lord, give me some million. I need something to establish something.
And how did that work out when you asked? How'd that work out?
It didn't work out.
Okay, so now
because I want to do twin way instead of staying whole. I want to do twin way. I think you're
missing my point.
I know how to get.
My point is this, twin. I don't have a problem with people who put their faith in whatever they put their faith in. It's just my faith leads me to ask God for direction, and I'll do the rest. That's always been my thing, bro. I said it with my children since you brought that up. I told God, give me healthy children, Lord, and I'll do the rest. I said that when I first started the podcast. I'm glad you reminded us of that. And that's what I live through God. I ask him for direction, and I ask him for what I need in order for me to go put the work in.
And
I don't ask God for $1 million because let me tell you something. You said something very powerful, twin. Most people that ask for things in life aren't even ready for it.
You're right.
So why ask God for something that you're not ready for?
Right.
Why ask
God
God
knows
for
you? You're right.
But that's my point. My point was I don't ask God for anything tangible like stuff because I might not be ready for it. It might not be timing. I only ask God for direction in the things that's coming to me. By the time I failed enough and not look at God and asking God, why did you not let me get this? Or why didn't I've already put the work in? And by the time I get it, now I'm ready for it. I failed enough to be able to do it right. Let me tell you something. Who do you think is going to be more successful with $1 million? A kid that's 19 years old that hit the lottery for $2 million, or a 55-year-old man that hits the lottery for $2 million? Who do you think is going to do better with the money?
The 55-year-old.
Exactly, because of his life experiences. He understands the vultures and all the things that come along with having that kind of money. He might not even be the most financially intelligent person in the world, but he has still experienced so much more in life than that child. Okay. And let me just say this. Most people that go and play those lotteries and win those millions of dollars, a lot of them pray at night to win that money. And most of them go broke, twin. Why do I want to ask God for something like that when I can just ask him, give me the direction, give me what I need to get what I want? That's all I ask him for. I don't need him to give me a cup of water. Just point me in the direction of the lake. I'll go through all the stones and I'll turn over everything I need to turn over and learn what I need to learn on my route to the lake. Because if you just give me something, I'm never going to treat it like I worked for it. That's all. That's just been that's me, y'all. I, like I said, I don't have a problem with people who ask God for whatever you want. I just don't do that. And that don't make me better or nothing.
Yeah, I like this conversation because I had to get better to really test the water, man, to see.
What you mean?
I'm glad I just wanted to see, man. Really thought so. I said, I got to call in, really, I'm about to see some. Activate his mind.
My wife will tell you, like, Rand don't ask for anything from God. I say my prayers out loud. Most people can't say that they do that. Not that it matters. I'm just saying my wife can hear my prayers at night. You understand what I'm saying? I may not be the guy that carry the Bible everywhere he go, nor can I
You're a spiritual person, I see.
Yes, I believe in God, but I believe God. Look, I'm selfish, and I believe that God is my God. He does for me. You know what I'm saying? And he maneuvers, and he's my resource. Okay, he's what I need him to be for me in my life. And trust me, twin, I've just walked through a lot of spaces in my life, and I know it works because he's gotten me through a whole lot of situations. You don't wake up and just do the things and accomplish the things that I've been able to
Right.
accomplish and not give somebody the credit. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying, bro? You just can't do that. And anybody that think they out here doing it on their own, they're just foolish.
You can't do it on your own.
No, not at all.
You can't never do it on your own, man. You'll be a lost soul out. You can't do it on. You need some guide. Somebody got to guide you. Who your belief or whatever God you serve or whatever who you look up to, you can't do it on your own. Why? And you got a good point right there. But it's a good conversation, man. I hate to, you don't want to talk about it, but it was a good conversation.
No, it's not that I don't want to talk
about
it.
And why you talking about shorting your days? No, dog. I wait for you to come on, man. I've been here, some years, man. Listen to you. I mean, I listen to different podcasts, and I really want to see what Damon Lynch the Fourth and Kenneth Cobley, the FOP of Cincinnati, was talking about on the hot mic. I was giving you time to come in. I've been rocking with you, man. And you spit out, you solid, and you spit out a lot of knowledge.
Well,
people might not believe you and pump fake like they not listen. It's all cap. They listen. They don't want to admit to it, but game recognize game. See, I like somebody who came from the hood, who been through the struggle, who can testify or whatever, say whatever they passed and how you started, how you got it, and how you got here now. I don't want no lame duck, man. You was talking about you a psychiatrist and all that. What have you been through? I'm going through a psychological warpath, and I want to know how can I get back on the right path. But you ain't never been through what I've been through, so how am I listening to you and you go try to tell me what to do? I don't care what bachelor degree you got. Have you been through this? No. Have you been through? No. So why am I here? I need somebody who's been through the fire. I don't want no neutron. Even though that's good, you got a good resume on your background or whatever, degrees, God bless your soul. But give me somebody who's been through the struggle like me. How can I make it better for my life that it made just like you can? Just like you came out of your struggle.
Now, let me just
help me with my struggle.
I hear you, twin. Let me just say this, bro. I want you to keep an open mind about something, okay? Now, keep an open mind about this. Most people who go to school, who study in economics, okay, they have an economics degree or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Some of them may have never gone through financial, disaster. Some of them, but yet they can be a great coach for you about financial literacy, things of that nature. That means because they went to school and they can line the ducks up right and they can teach you how to do things a little bit different with your money. That's what happened with me, bro. Like I really needed help in my life because I'm from 1335. I'm from where you talk. I'm from all of that. And none of that was ever taught to me in school. And I didn't have mom. I didn't have no dad. I didn't have that type of stuff to be able to teach me financial literacy. You can't just say, I'm going to do what I want to do because ain't nobody been through what I've been through. Sometimes you have to I'm going to say this to you, twin, all the time. You must surround yourself around people that are smarter than you. If you are in a room and you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the richest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Always surround yourself around people that you can learn something from, okay, to better yourself. That's how I've been able to be a little bit more diverse than what I do and how I see things. A lot of people may not want to admit it, but it really is what makes you a little bit more diverse person is when you start opening up yourself to other ideas and how other people do things. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes what we do as people is we don't want to be vulnerable. And we hold that thing of I've been through the fire, I've been through this, and nobody's this, and nobody can tell me nothing because I did this all by myself and this and this and that. And that can cause you leave a lot of money on the table when you had that type of attitude.
I mean, people different, man. People different. We know that. But it's just what I stand on. I like that's my belief in what I like to see. Somebody who's been through the struggles like me. It's good to have people around, like you said. I can't knock you for what you say. People that, ain't been through it, but they go to college and got this degree and all that. And, you know how the Bible say when 2 or 3 come together, God's in the midst. Regardless, that person right there, they don't have to be through the struggle, even though they got their degrees and all that, but they can coach you, like you just said, and lead you to, you can take their advice or you don't have to take their advice.
Okay. No,
But
I agree with that.
uh,
I
uh,
agree. I agree that you could take their advice or not take their
but
advice.
yeah, but it's up to, I just like, to me, man, I guess I'm different, Wyatt. I just like to, I like to, you know, to be honest, I like a person that's been through it, man, and help me to outcome, you know, better myself too. So if you've been through the same struggle I've been through, how did you overcome that? I want to know. So that's how I look at it,
Yeah,
Wyatt.
I get that.
And why you talk about, before I close, before I go, you talked about the gas. I remember that, Wyatt. And people like gas high this, gas high, and all that. But it was coming down. But why gas been like that? What? I remember when 2001, 2000, when you know we hit the war with the 9/11 and all that, went to war. And gas was super high too, but they weren't complaining and all that. I guess they making everything in today's society where it's racist. Everything has got to be about racism, man. Racism or whatever. And it's, I don't know, man. I'm just not that type of person, man. I trust the process and I trust God, man. God got control of everything, regardless of what man on this earth or whoever don't believe. But God got control of everything. And he's soon to come back.
I agree.
I believe that, man.
I
He's soon to
agree.
come back.
I
People
agree
like,
that
well, he
God
supposed to
has
come
us-
back in 2000. You don't put no time stable on God. It's God go return with it. It's just it's up to us to be ready. I don't care what religion you believe in. It's up to us to be ready, man. But you know, I trust the process, regardless of, you know, people might hate my boy or not. But you know, I trust the process, man. We might not get what we want, but it is what it is, man. We can learn from it.
Yeah, I think
that's all I see it, man.
Okay, I agree.
But
with
people want to complain, oh, this racism, gas high, man. You weren't crying about this 20, 30 years ago. All of a sudden you crying, man, come on, man. Black folks, y'all don't even know what y'all want. Y'all just out here voting and all. What do you really want? Just like I asked him, what did you vote for? I mean, why's the problem now? You've been voting since you was 18, you 50, 60 years old. So why's the problem you now vote? Y'all just want to be mad just to be mad for no reason. And you shouldn't gaslight the people, just especially the old vets out here, man. He said, I can't vote and all that. No, you don't scare tax nobody like that, man. Come on, man, be real with people. That's why we can't never be unified and on one accord, because you got these lame leaders out here, man. Well, and it shouldn't be like that.
Let me just say this to you, Twin.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
You have a few different, you going in a couple of different lanes. I
had to get it all out and stuff because I know you're on a short schedule.
I hear that. I hear you. I hear you. I kind of just, I just be, when I say leaders, look, a leader could be a leader for a bunch of people that don't know any better. And then there's leaders that are powerful leaders that deal with strong people. And you know, there's just different levels of leadership. So when you hear me say y'all leaders, sometimes I'm just being sarcastic. Okay. You got to understand what leaders are today or what they were yesterday as well. But I said it yesterday and I don't know how many people caught it. Leaders today have a business plan. Okay. Most leaders are doing what they're doing, whether it sounds like it's for the people or it sounds like it's for, you know, the community and all that stuff. Most of them are really self-serving. They doing it for themselves. Okay, most leaders benefit from the position that they in, whether they doing something for the people or doing something for themselves. Most of them are benefiting themselves, no matter, you know, I know y'all don't want to believe that and you find that to be, you know, I might be stepping on some toes. But the truth of the matter is the leadership of these days are very transparent because the business plan is to use the people for them to prosper, for the person who's putting the thing together, the leader to prosper.
You can just in today's society.
In today's society.
Yeah,
that's why you see a lot of media companies that go hard for nonsense. That's why you see a lot of people. Just pay attention to who advertise on their platforms. Pay attention to where they get their money from. That's who they support. If they were really trying to be non-biased and split it right down the middle, they wouldn't need financial support from one side or the other. If I have two women that are, let's just say I'm deciding to go work for a company or something, and this one particular company advertises what they are, what they do, blah 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 blah. I know about them, okay, and they're probably targeting someone like me. Maybe this is a bad example. Let's just use radio. No specific channel or anything. Let's just use radio as an example. Nixnay, for those that speak German, Nixnay, all with the shit I just said about this. I'm gonna read.
Well, I'm gonna keep listening. I gotta go.
Okay.
Thanks, bro.
I appreciate you engaging with me. If the radio station is only entertaining one side of an argument, one group of people, let's just say if it's a Democrat or a Republican, if everybody on your radio station is advertising and they're Democrats, why would the radio station ever say anything good about the other side? You would lose your base. You would lose if Republicans aren't really listening to your station and they're not spending money, and the politicians who run their ads and run for their campaign and all, if the Republicans aren't running money over to your channel, why would you ever say anything good about them? Why would you ever support them? Why would you make it seem like it's an equal playing field? Why would you do that? You wouldn't. You would interrupt your money. See, as long as money come into play in all of this stuff, people are going to go on the side of what pay their bills. That's just common sense. So what I don't understand is when people believe some of the things that come off of these platforms when they're financed by one side. So what Twin was saying made me go there with it, y'all. I just don't follow. I don't follow leaders that are led by money. I don't do that. I don't, you know what, to be honest with you, look at this is going to sound ridiculously stupid. This is going to sound really dumb, but I just kind of want to bring this up to a certain sense. Like city council members, whether it's Chicago, which are called aldermen, or in Cincinnati, which is, city council, they get paid for a part-time job. They get paid to be leaders of your city. But now let me ask you something. How much money does community council get? How much money does the president of Avondale Community Council make? How much money does the vice president of Lincoln Heights, city council make? Not city council, but the community council, neighborhood council. They volunteer their time. There's no monetary gain for them. They might get gardens. They go in and represent their areas. They do what's really best for the people. They beautify their areas. They do more work on community councils for the people than your city council members who make the money, who make decisions based on financial gains, which is necessary. I get it. Maybe because they control $1 billion budget. No, they don't control $1 billion budget. That's what the damn city manager does. But your city council all get salaries for a part-time job. And I can tell you, I would believe that there are some community councils in one of these 52 communities up in the Cincinnati area that put in and do more work for their community than city council does with no pay. I mean, I know some might not understand where I'm going with that, but here's what, and then here go to chaos, the agents, that the people who get control, who are controlled by the dollar, who has the megaphones to be able to make to control certain narratives out there. They say things like, well, the city came up with $8 million to give to something you might not even go to. but they don't break it down like it's an investment for the city. I mean, people who don't understand finances, who don't understand that in order to work, for this thing to work properly, we have to reinvest. Like, you don't just live in your home month to month to month and not have to go out and earn a living to pay your mortgage or to pay your rent. You don't do that. There's a level of work you got to put in, go get a check, and now, return, revolve your money around, keep paying your monthly bills or your rent or whatever. It's not just free. And if you own a home, what happens? After a period of time, things start wearing down. You need a new roof, you need new stairs, you need new paint on the walls, you need new paint outside. How does all of that happen? You go to your job, you get promotions, you get higher raises, you start making more money, so you start reinvesting into your life. Why don't you think a city works that same way? Y'all mad because the city invests $8 million into some shit I ain't going into either, but somebody's going in there. They're going to sell hot dogs, they're going to sell tickets, they're going to tax people, and they'll get their money back. You can't compare a situation like that to just doing something that's not going to have a return on it. That's not even the same. It's not even the same, but you bitch and complain about how the city doing the money, but you don't even look at it as an investment. You got to invest. You have to reinvest in your city. If you want a bunch of free shit, somebody going to pay for it. And now I want to talk about Cincinnati Public Schools here in a second, but I want to go to the phone lines real fast. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is Mike.
Hey, Mike. How you doing? Mike, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Mike, which mic is this?
Talking about, huh?
I said, which mic is this? We got about three mics.
This never received my cake, Mike, from the Wyatt Live show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mike Kale. Did I say that right?
So, yeah, this Mike. Yeah, this Mike. I just wanted to just point out, because I hear you talking about money and business. And
hold on,
we
Mike.
always talking about.
Mike,
can you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of breaking up a little bit, brother. Just give us a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, so I hear you talking about money and business and how that stuff works. So, like I said before, like I had asked you, I got all information about the cake, which I don't care about the cake. Let's just get you off the way.
Hey, Mike, you're a little choppy, bro.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. It's just choppy, like a bad connection. It's like when you talk a little slow, it comes through clear. I'm sorry for that, but that's what's going on.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So basically, what I was calling, because I said in the chat, like, Tanika, she got my information. She never even got back with me with the cake. So it's like, that's the stuff right there that, to me, make business bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get all the information, but you don't even come through. You get what I'm saying? So I was just trying to find out what was going on with that.
Well, do me a favor, man, if you don't mind, Mike. Why don't you touch base with her and see what's going on? I'm sure.
I did. Look, man. Look. I ain't touching bases with nobody. I'm just saying, I'm done with the situation. I'm just putting it out there, like, cause I said something in the chat. She acted like she didn't see my comment. I was just saying, I don't give a damn about no damn cake. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. I'm more of a principle person. Like, you feel me? Like,
I respect that.
You say you gonna do all this. I send you addresses, all this stuff. When I was sending it to somebody, and you never come through with it.
Well, is there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I was just letting you speak because it's coming through.
Yeah. So no, that's it, because she act like she don't hear me. So I just wanted to call and just say that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want your business to grow, do good business. You get what I'm saying? Do good business. If you're supposed to do something, honor it. You get what I'm saying? If you've been paid, honor and do whatever you're supposed to do, whether it's free, whether it's whatever the case may be. Just stand on business. That's it.
Okay. All right, Mike. Well, like I said, man, I would just, reach
I don't
out.
want the cake. Like, look, and I can see people say, oh, they shipping it and all that. You supposed to ship that cake a month ago. I don't want the cake now. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I do.
It'll go right in the trash if you send it to me. So
Mike,
yeah,
come
just keep
on,
it, man,
bro.
or get your money back. However you want to do it.
All right. Okay, bro. I appreciate you calling in, man. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Like, that's a mousetrap right there. What do you do about that? I mean, I get it. But like you know what's wrong with us? Us. I just think because I'm not really, I don't have much room to talk about when people start talking about us, because I do that. I talk about us. I'm not even gonna lie. I talk about us. But I can't say that what he said was wrong. I don't know the situation. I don't know what went on with that. But all I can say is there's ways of handling things. And you know, I'll be honest with you. I got love for Tanika. I mean, but he wasn't rude. He didn't say nothing real nasty and out of line. What he said is the same thing that I say about companies that don't come through or didn't do some things. But at the same time, I just can't believe that somebody on Tanika's end dropped the ball. I mean, I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm not saying that at all. But I just think that mistakes happen. And everybody else was giving out cheers and was, I'm talking about everybody received a cake, said it was great, made videos. Everybody said it was delivered. I even praised the fact that when the cake came, I mean, when I seen the delivery packages and stuff, she even took pictures of the mailman picking it up. Well, somebody who received the cake. I'm like, I just think there's a better way to communicate it and get it. Y'all know how I am. I'm very defensive when it comes down to my Black-owned businesses. I really am. Y'all know how I went hard on the Darius Cook dude. I just don't believe in putting Black business out there like that when there's a mistake made. Now, if it's malice, if you just got somebody that purposely just is a bad business person and they're representing, and this one, when I say representing Black folks, I mean they sell and talk and put signs and Black-owned business, that's us, come support us, and you don't do right, that's different. I go in on that. But I just, I'm going to let them work that out. I won't have nothing to do with it. Did my part. See what I'm saying? I worked my chain of what needed to be happening for us to be able to do some things together. Let me go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tanika. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine. What's going on, Tanika?
Hey,
How you
Brother
doing?
Wyatt, I am doing good. Let me first say, because I'm always going to take accountability,
Okay.
because, and by the way, everybody else received their cakes. Now, I just want to publicly apologize to this brother for dropping the ball on his cake. There was a communication issue between, because when I had the cake ready to ship, but I didn't have the apartment number, because I knew it was an apartment, because I even looked it up and said, oh, this is his apartment. If I send it to just the apartment building, they won't get their cake. And so we kind of went back and forth, but that's neither here or there. If the brother will allow me, he can go on my website and pick any cake he wants, and I just make sure it's shipped out tomorrow. So I just want to apologize. I don't want to think that, that I didn't have the best intentions on doing my part. And you really did bless me and publicly have been supporting me, even when it was just kind of like a thought, and I was doing little cakes and things here and there. So I just really want to appreciate you. But Brother Mike, I apologize to you, brother, and it wasn't my intention to, to show you bad business, because everybody that orders from me get their cakes, and it's somewhere between, me waiting for your address and things like that. I dropped the ball, so brother, I apologize, and hopefully, I've never had issues. Even if somebody get a cake and somehow something happens in the mail, and the cake is mixed up, or sometimes like I shipped a cake not too long ago, and it wound up going to Utah, and it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go to Tennessee, to Kentucky, Franklin, Kentucky, and I remade the cake and I made it right. One thing about me, I'm always going to make it right. This is no excuse on my part. And I want to tell this brother publicly that I appreciate you. Thank you for even trusting me in the little time that you did. But I have integrity, and my goal is to make it right for you, brother. I still have your cake.
Okay.
It's been ready for weeks. I just,
Tanika,
So
let me say this to you. Sister, you're not gonna go in business for yourself and go mistake free. Okay, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. So don't let situations slow you down from where you're going and what's going on. I'm sure Mike has good intentions, whatever, but I'm just, for whatever y'all had going on, I don't know how that communication lapse happened or what communication broke down. I don't know. But I do know that I haven't heard any complaints. That's the first complaint I've ever heard out of all the people, not just the 4 or 5 we did with you, but I'm talking about the people who have ordered cakes from you. People hit me after the show we did the giveaway. People hit me through the DM and was like, I ordered a cake from her, man. It was good. It was good. Matter of fact, people was telling me, because I was like, I don't know what cake I want to order for myself. They were telling me, man, get this. This is what I ordered from. See what I'm saying? So you got support. Mike, I just think he got a little frustrated. He don't seem to be a bad guy. It was nothing personal. I think what he was talking about is what we promote over here, and that is Black-owned businesses and small businesses. We promote that. So I think his point, which it is what it is. He was just saying, if we're gonna be in business and we're gonna trust in one another, we got to do the right thing. And I think what you just did today, kind of clears the air of, like I said, I didn't think there was any malice. I don't see any benefit you get from messing up Big Mike's cake. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you benefit from that. You don't benefit from it not ever getting there and it getting there late or upside down or with a hole in the side of it. You don't benefit from that at all. So I think that honest mistakes happen. And just remember this, sister, you will never be in business for yourself and not make a mistake. There's people, and what you did, it was big to call in and apologize to Mike publicly. The CEO of Walgreens ain't gonna call you if your prescription come in wrong tomorrow. But the CEO of the cake company called in and apologized to a client. That's bigger than Walgreens.
Absolutely.
All right, sister. I appreciate you. Got anything else?
Thank you, brother. Yeah. I was just thinking about what you said earlier, and I'm not gonna go Bible because I respect the fact that you said this is not my lane. But what I'm gonna tell you, what you said was not wrong. You were correct. And everything you say, you might not know the scripture for, but there's Bible to back up what you said. I ask God for guidance. The Bible says, acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your path. Boom, there you go. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about knowing every scripture, but what you're doing is correct. And it's different ways to get what you need to get. And one thing I will mention, you said, people have faith, you have faith. And like you said, you might get $1 million, you might pray, but you might not get it.
Right.
Because the Bible says, guess what? Faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world, but it's always something that we have to do. You know what I'm saying? Even with my cake business, it was fun making cakes. Like, man, I can do this, but I can't just sit here and just make cakes in the kitchen and think people gonna knock on my door. It's something I had to do. I had to put the work in. So that's all I want to say. I don't want to Bible you to death, but I just wanted to give you that. And I really appreciate you for giving me this space to apologize to the brother, for dropping the ball.
All right. No, it happens. I dropped the ball, not a lot, but I do drop the ball still after all these years. You know what I mean? But I have employees, I have staff members that drop the ball all the time, and I can't knock them all the time because they make human error. They make mistakes. It happens. So and we'll get back on. We're gonna do a giveaway here sooner than later. All right. So get the oven going.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might not want this cake if somebody else wanted it.
I'm gonna send you the address.
Okay.
I'm gonna DM you. Let's see. I'm working
on the pineapple upside down right now for my uncle. I'm gonna ship it to him. Tomorrow. I'm just saying, Wyatt. I'm just saying.
Can you get me one? The
You
pineapple
want one too?
The pineapple upside down cake is what I think I'm gonna go with.
I got you.
That's a tough one for me because only one I ever ate was my grandmother's. You know what I mean? I walked past them at the grocery store. I just can't do it. So that you following a big one. Yeah,
I got you. When you want it, you tell me and I send it to you. Wherever you want me to send it, I got you.
Okay. I'll probably have you send it here to the house in Florida. So
okay.
All right.
Look, you'll get in a couple of days too, because you close.
I know. I mean, you making me want some pineapple upside down cake right now. So
I know. Listen, don't maybe meet you halfway
I
if you
know,
got
right?
time.
That's what I was like.
'Cause we
Oh my
close
God.
now.
A couple hours, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
a
in
couple
Orlando,
hours.
right? Yeah, we're a couple hours away. I'm
I
closer
got you.
to
Thank you
than
so
I am.
much, Wyatt. I appreciate
All
you.
right, thanks, Tanika.
Okay,
Bye
bye-bye.
bye. Thanks for engaging. That was Tanika. I think that was bigger her. And to be honest with you, I don't think Mike was being like, I just have to be honest with you. I know it was bad timing and it didn't probably sound good and it probably sounded like he was attacking. I just don't think he was. In my opinion, it could have probably been done differently, but you know, we all choose our paths and things of that nature. I think he was making a point that I make on this show. You know, I do that. I tell people, hey, we gotta, you know, put our best foot forward, not just for us, but for business, period. And I'm gonna go back on something that I said not go back, like take it back. I'm gonna say something that I said that I had said some time ago. Quite frankly, I would not be a black-owned business to the public. I would just be a business to the public. And the reason why I say that is because everybody not rooting for you. So just be a business. And I know a lot of my pro-black, my brothers and my sisters, they're all gonna be like, no, it's just all I'm saying to you is with the way that people are today, haters, you're gonna have white people, Asian people, and Jewish people that won't do business with you because you're a black-owned business. I forgot one group of people. Black people ain't gonna do business with you because you a black-owned business. I don't see any signs in the window of white-owned or Jewish-owned companies or Asian-owned companies saying we white-owned, we Asian-owned, we this. No, don't do that. Just be a business. Just be a business, because you will be surprised how many people, man, everybody don't roll like us. Now, we will seek out a black business and support it. Okay, but everybody's not like us. All right, you're gonna be you leaving money on the table. Now, I know that's stepping on some toes, and a lot of people don't want to hear me say that. But don't think just because we all look the same, and I don't mean like we look alike. I'm talking about we all black. Don't think just because you black, you have the support of the black community, because that's just some bullshit. You better look, you got to get that out your mind. You know what I mean? Don't think that. Everybody is not fighting for the same thing. You know what I mean? We stepping on one another. We doing everything that the white people doing to each other and the Jewish people doing each other. They do the same type of stuff. It's just we do it out loud. They do it in silence. Everybody, we human beings, everybody pretty much fight the same kind of way. It's just ours is, internal, and our internal gets out and it make us look like we doing something way different than anybody else. Let me go to the phone lines before I get out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Hold on 1 second, caller. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this Mike calling back.
Hey, Mike. I didn't know
I just want to say, like, I do respect her apology and everything. It just, because I really wasn't tripping in the first place about no cake. Like, let's get it clear. And you got clowns in the chat that's making it like I'm really upset about that. You get what I'm saying?
No, I
just hold people accountable. But look, I just want to say, like, to all the people in the chat, like, you got Ross Freeman, you got Twin. Like, y'all want to come talk to me. Y'all want to sit down. Y'all want to stand up. Like, man, outside of this talking in chats and all this sneak dick trolling, I don't do none of that. So if y'all want to come wherever I'm at, we can sit down like me and whatever. Talk about however you want to do it.
Okay. All right, Mike.
Yeah,
listen,
I ain't doing all that. You go on my page, whatever, like, you know what, all that.
No, hey, Mike.
I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that.
Mike,
so all that
just
playing and all that
this.
talking about this, that, and third, like, I don't do none of that stuff.
Just do this for me. Read the room a little bit, because I think people understood where you was coming from. Okay, Tanika.
No, I'm just saying the trolling, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But
listen, bro. I'm not one of your typical, bro. Like, I'm just coming over here. I'm trying to hear what you're talking about. I type in the lives. I come check you out. You feel me? But like all that trolling and acting like
it ain't for me either, though, bro.
Nah, cause I'll see you for real, bro, and say something to you. Like, catch you somewhere down at the Taste of Cincinnati or something. Like, don't play with me. That's all I'm saying. Don't play. I don't play like that.
I will say this. Y'all gonna be shocked at what I say. Everybody don't play. I don't think Mike mad at everybody. I just need him to read the room a little bit different. You see what I'm saying? I think Mike might pay more attention to the people that play too much. You know what I'm saying? Where some of us who got, you know, who have a little bit more, we're a little bit more skillful in our approach and how we do things. I think Mike needs to kind of gravitate to us. Some people, Mike, conflict resolution skills are just not there, bro. And this is what I had to understand. Everybody ain't meant for you. Everybody ain't meant for me. See, I understand what Mike talking about because y'all be telling me that these people be talking crazy in these damn chats. All right, I get it. I get it. Everybody ain't supposed to be you can't tap dance on everybody's last nerve like that. You just can't. Now, Tanika is grown and got her own business and she can defend herself. She called in and gave an apology. She didn't need no backup, no 90. She didn't call for backup. She didn't ask for help. I get it. Everybody want to act like you have to be there for you don't. Look, man, just sometimes people who think they helping are instigating. That's all. Like some people who really think that they helping a situation, they're instigating it. And they would rather bring the attention onto them and make it about whatever they want to make it about instead of letting Tanika and that man handle their business. Now, here's the thing. I ain't going to say nothing crazy. I don't want y'all thinking this shit is on some other level, but Mike didn't personally attack her. He didn't say anything outside of how the business happened. I'm not taking up for Mike and I'm not taking up for Tanika. I'm just letting y'all know how it was handled. Now you got people that want to interject and get into it and make it. Mike, he didn't say anything that was offensive. I'm sorry. Tanika, no. They had a miscommunication. She called him. If she felt she didn't make up one excuse, she took accountability for the mix-up in their business. And y'all saying shit to him to make it sound like he dead wrong, and then make it about something different. That's just not what you shouldn't do that. Now, maybe, and I was thinking like, damn, maybe he shouldn't have said that on the show and blah, blah, blah. He's, you want to protect her flaws. I get it. But I can clean that up. I can make it happen. I got this. I said what I said. Well, you got your own business. Things going to happen. I just think that we got to stay out of the way sometimes. Sometimes that's like being like, I know this is going to sound crazy what I'm about to say right now, but bro, we defend some of the craziest shit in the world. We fight other people's fights and don't even fight our own fight. We go harder for other people and don't even pay attention to our own situation. That's been the problem with us for the longest. We always got a whole lot to say when somebody else getting dealt with. But when that smoke or whatever that shit, and I don't mean fighting, I mean when real issues that really need to be dealt with come on your own doorstep and they yours, you ain't got shit to say. You basically a slave to the rhythm. Like when some shit happen and it jump off, you in the streets for somebody else. But you won't go to the streets for your own shit. We sitting back here talking about, I'll use this as a perfect example. And y'all can make it public, political or whatever. Black folks out here fighting for migrants. The Democrats flooded the country with migrants, and the Republicans spreaded them around in all the black cities. Both parties did no good for black folks in this country, and y'all think one party better than the other. And then if you talk about the whole situation, then you oppose Democrats. You think I think that this is just a Democratic problem? They came through Texas, some through Florida, some through Arizona, and then they went and got on buses that the Republican Party paid for and sent them to Boston, Chicago, New York, Phoenix, Arizona, and they put them in black neighborhoods. And those neighborhoods, those cities have huge deficits. You don't think the Republicans knew what they were doing? And then when we fight, when we argue and bring up the points of, well, they got this. Let me tell y'all something that I seen in Chicago. I wanted to be so cool about my Chicago trip. Let me tell you some shit that I seen in Chicago that is not cool. Let me take a sip. If you don't believe me, take your ass to Chicago this weekend, or save up, or do whatever you got to do. Take a trip to Chicago in the near future, and you tell me if what I'm saying is some bullshit. Do you know how many Latino, and I want to say Latino descendants of Latin people? They probably were Mexican. Okay, I don't know for sure. They could have been Venezuelan. I don't know. Do you know how many mothers I seen sitting on the street with cans, with their children with them, on the streets of Chicago? I'm talking about in downtown Chicago, with 2-3 kids walking past them. They're out panhandling with their children on the streets all day, all night. You don't think that our government is responsible for that happening? Although they crossed over illegally, and they were thought to believe, they believed something was going to happen for them, which a lot did. But you don't think that's a problem to go to a city? You don't think it's a problem seeing people living on the streets with their 2-3-year-old kids, strollers out there, and they're panhandling for money? You don't think those people, you don't think that's a problem? Your government did it to them. Biden invited them, brought them in, and then Abbott and all those other Republican governors shipped them all over the country. And they played games. They played, the two parties played games and got us fighting amongst one another while they playing trick or treat and playing with each other and using us to fight their fight on the ground floor level. Like I said, some people are part of the business plan and some people are the business plan. You might learn something if you get off your couch and go explore this world, explore some of the things that y'all talk about on other platforms. Some people actually witness and see things, go out and do things. You might not learn a lot just sitting at home listening to other people, reading other people's reports, reading what they see, what they talk about. Get out sometimes, go see some things, and you'll be able to see people's experiences, and it might change your mind about how you feel about something. It's shameful. As much as I love Chicago, it's shameful to see Mexicans on the street panhandling with children. Now, I remember this man. I don't know how many of y'all seen this. Let's go back to Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's go back to the 90s. Any of y'all remember? Any of y'all remember that brother who had his wife? It was him, his wife, and that little boy, and they used to sit downtown and panhandle, and he would send the kid to ask people for money, and they would have a little sign, and he was a black man who had a black woman out there and a black little boy. Any of y'all remember that shit? Crazy, crazy work. Crazy. And I thought so little of that guy. And it had to be in the 90s because I worked at Globe Records. 89, 90, something like that. And he was working them streets of downtown Cincinnati. He had that little boy, his wife, they all could have been his girlfriend, I don't know. But they all was sitting down there looking all homeless. And he had the kid run up to people to get money. Maybe y'all didn't go downtown. I'm talking about in town by Shillitoes. It was Shillitoes at that time. Now Lazarus, used to be Lazarus, all that old stuff. They used to sit around where Payless was, which was right at cat corner from Globe Records, and he would work his way around, and they would go all the way through Fountain Square and the whole nine, and they would just panhandle all day, and he had that baby out there. I used to think that brother was, I just didn't understand how you could have a woman and the kid out there and y'all panhandling, and you a able-bodied man. I just didn't understand that. I used to see it and I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Chicago is full of it right now. Okay, Chicago has a lot of migrants on the streets out there panhandling. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not getting benefits. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not getting the benefits that was given to them coming into the country. That just means that maybe that's what those particular immigrants are going to do. They're getting money from the government, and they might be sitting out because they don't have anything to do. Maybe they're staying at a shelter. And when you stay in those shelters, you can't just stay in the shelters all day. You can go there at a certain time, get a bed, sleep the night, and you got to get out the next day. They don't just let you stay in those shelters 24 hours a day, sitting around doing nothing. You usually have to go do something. Now, I don't know how it's working, but that might be where they go during the day. And instead of getting a job or looking for a job or enrolling their kids in school. See, I think it's a problem when you got 3 or 4 or 5-year-old kids out on the streets and they're not enrolled in school or they're not doing anything with their life, but learning how to beg with their mother. That's a problem for me. Can I jump on something before I get out of here? It's 3:20. I got to leave at 3:30. Feel free to give me a call, but I want to talk about something real fast that's kind of bothering me. It's not bothering me, but it's been on my mind. Let's talk about something in the Cincinnati area. Public schools. And I don't know all the details yet because it's new to me what's going on. From my understanding, I'm hearing people talk about the Republican Party is trying to shut down public schools, or they're trying to take public schools away. And of course, people who control certain narratives on their platforms and talk about stuff like that, they want you to believe that everything that people do is just so wrong for everybody. Wrong for those kids, wrong for Black people, just wrong. And nobody really peels back the onion and figures out, how do we benefit from this? They only see what's wrong with everything. Y'all remember that one time I was sitting doing a show here at the house. We were outside. I was at the pool, and my sister Alethea called in, said that there was a second grader that had a problem. I talked to the second grader's mother right here on the live air, right here live on air. And I said, what's going on? And she said, he's getting bullied. He can't get his schoolwork done. He's getting bullied. He's getting pushed around at school. I need to get him into a different school. Something needs to happen. The school's not helping him. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Whatever the problem was, it was all about bullying, and she didn't feel comfortable with her son in that school. What, he was in the second grade, maybe the second or third grade. And what did I say to her? I said, well, let me ask you something, sis. Cincinnati spends like $13.5 a year for every school child at Cincinnati public schools. I said, what if I can, if you had $13,500 to go to any school, would you go to a different school? Is there a school in your community or nearby? Or would you be able to get your son to a school, a private school? Because this sister sounds engaged with her kids' education. So of course she wants her kid to go to a better school for his sake. So I said, if you had 13.5 right now, would you do it? Would you be able to get your kid to a school near you and get him a better education and dealing with, different kids and this and that? You know what she said? Well, yeah, because what she thought was going to happen. And I'm not trying to be nasty to her. She thought I was about to do some scholarships. So I don't know. I could hear it in her voice. It was like, yeah, if you can do that, I can. But what I'm saying to her, really, but sneaking it in, you already get 13.5. You get 13.5 for your kid to go to Cincinnati Public School. But they're not facilitating your kid the right way. Something's wrong. Your kid don't want to go to school in the 2nd grade because they're being bullied. You don't think that parent, or you don't think a person being a taxpayer such as myself should be able to say, well, give her that 13.5 and let her kid go to St. Mary over there, or go to Joseph High, or whatever. You don't think that we should have that type of choice? See, this is, once again, you're getting into that area of, it's impossible to be free if you're dependent. It's impossible to be free if you're dependable, if you're dependent on someone. So if the state is going to give you 13.5 for your kid to go to school, now the state gonna tell you where your kid can go. See, they can control you, and they have no incentive of making your school better. But let some competition come in. I don't care who you are, as a small business, mid-sized business, large business. Competition makes you better. Competition come in, it don't necessarily mean, oh, that's the end of us. If so, you're not worth nothing in the first place. Competition opens the door up for you to be better, for you to understand that there's other people that can do what you do. So this is what we need to do. And at top of that, I don't mean to be nasty to my Cincinnati public school system, but out of a scale of 5, you a 2.5. What are y'all saving? Less than subpar? And you so stuck in believing what people tell you that you don't even understand what the numbers are really trying to explain? Oh, let the people with the platforms who for the people tell you they trying to shut your below subpar ass schools with truancy all over the place, that don't have the same type of programs that the schools that cost 13.5 or a little bit less or a little bit more, something that's even better for your child. Yeah, let them talk you out of having the opportunity to send your kid to a better school. That sound like somebody that got your best interest at heart. Oh, if that Vivek Ramaswamy dude win, he gonna close down public schools. No, maybe he'll make public schools a little bit more competitive. I don't know. School choice so did a good thing for me and my mama. Once Washburn told me, nah, you can't come back here, my mama said, well, we gonna figure it out. She sent me up to Matt Adams in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I went to Children's House East, Montessori school. That was my mama's choice. Then she sent me over to Sands Montessori. Now I had to go to a school. I had to walk past Washburn and walk all the way down to Stanley Road Tower. Y'all know what Stanley Road, that's the hood too. Y'all know Stanley Road. Sands is right across the street. It's not there anymore. School choices. The money that they was going to get off of me for going to Washburn, they paid that money to Sands Montessori. I learned English different. I learned math different. We did a whole different form of math. I stayed in, my friends used to get out of school at 1:15. I didn't get out of school till damn near 4 o'clock. They would laugh at me. I would go home and huff and puff to my mama. My mother used to tell me all the time, being in school is not, you shouldn't be tripping. You there learning. Right? But my friends was already home playing football, shooting jumpers in the backyard, playing tetherball, all that old shit, and I'm still at school. I'm still an hour and a half, 2 hours away from getting home from school. That shit paid off. It paid off. Because look, I was one of the children in my neighborhood that never had to go to summer school. Never had to go to summer school as a kid. My friends that went to Washburn, all of them went to summer school. And I wasn't even the type of dude that'd turn around and be like, oh, see, you know, yeah, I wasn't that type of dude. But my mother made me realize the difference between the two. The difference between the two was one school was focused more on education and making you do the work. And the other school was, hey, we got, you know, you're a number. You're a number, and they get their money off of you. Now, that's how it was when I was in school. I don't know what it is now, but the numbers of the numbers of reading levels and the math level skill set, all that stuff. Tell me why the school is worth fighting for if you're below subpar. Somebody put it in the screen. Tell me why you continue to fight for things that don't really benefit you. You don't just fight for existence. And somewhere down the line, you know, I don't know where we went wrong, what happened, but these fraud, fake ass leaders got all of us running around here just fighting for everybody else. We ain't fighting for ourselves, but they will incorporate us. They'll say this is for us, and the black people losing the benefits, and the black people this, and they taking black people voting rights away. All that old shit. They want us angry and mad and this and this. They want us to, but that man ain't came one time. He ain't came up and told us we need to stop shooting each other in Memphis. Any opportunity he can get on to throw a dashiki on and comb his afro in all these different directions, he'll get up there and yell white man and boy and y'all, you fucking crazy, you crazy. He'll do all that old shit, but he ain't told one black man to stop shooting another black man on a TV screen, not one time. You ain't passed no legislation. You ain't put nothing in front of you ain't done nothing that benefits the black community at all. But now you want to be sister brother. You want to be brother soldier. Get out of here, bro. It's actions for me. It's not theater. Pay attention to theater, and boy, you'll be out here lost in the sauce. They'll have you out here fighting for all type of people. All you got to do is pay attention to what they fighting for. Just pay attention. Pay attention to it. We could be 4% of an argument, and we'll go hard like we 104% of it. My last thing, and I swear on this, bro, I said I wasn't never going to bring this up because it was too political. When I seen all my brothers and my sisters going so hard for DEI, and we was 4% of the beneficiary of DEI, 4%. I know this for a fact because I had been facing DEI issues with white women being able to bid on things from a minority point of view. Like, if I'm going to compete against minority businesses, I would think that my minority business would be fighting against black-owned businesses, or not fighting against them, but bidding against black-owned businesses, whether it's a black woman or a black man. I didn't think I was going to have to outbid white women who are backed by their white husbands who have much bigger companies that supports her small business, and I can't compete with that. And y'all arguing for those positions. Tell me where I'm wrong. So we'll go hard for everybody else, but won't go hard for ourselves. We will go hard for ourselves if we can just not be so easily tricked into what's really for us and what's not. can't, man. I wouldn't watch me either. I wouldn't want me talking about politics either. Because all the shit I've been saying for the last 6 years, I said it in real time. And all your ones start to talk about it a year after the fact. Like I didn't put my ass on the line for everybody and tell you in real time, like, this shit ain't right, something wrong. When those people, when they showed that border every day, and there was hundreds of people crossing in broad daylight, thousands crossing at nighttime, and I told y'all, this ain't gonna be good for us. That's not gonna be good for black folks. That's not gonna be good for us. And now they hadn't even got in our neighborhoods yet. But where else you think they was gonna send them folks? What happened when they sent that bus load up to Martha's Venue? What happened? You think they still up there? No, they was gone in a couple of days. That wasn't by accident. That was by design. Where they end up at? Probably Boston. Let me tell you what happened to my brother, David Ross, the guy who we get the boxes from. Did y'all see on his page what happened to him? He live in Milwaukee. Now, y'all know that's really close to Chicago. Do y'all know that some migrants got dropped off at one of his house at his house? Did you know that some migrants got dropped off at his house because now they running these games of taking the migrants' money, renting them homes? He had like 6 or 7 migrants with suitcases on his porch. They said that they paid a first month deposit or first month's rent, a deposit, and that they was renting the place for $1,200 a month. He was like, no, you've been tricked. Somebody then took y'all money. This is my house. I live here. Go on his page. He'll show it to you. They doing shit out here like that now. Where you think those migrants, listen, bro, I believe in immigration. I believe in proper immigration. Okay? This is why you have to do it the right way so these people won't be here and be getting fleeced like that. They won't be out on the streets of Chicago panhandling with children. They won't be getting fleeced on first month rent deposit and you paying $1,200 a month. Drop their ass off like they been at long-term parking at the airport. They getting out with suitcases and coming to knock on your door thinking that this is where they gonna live. Y'all don't see a problem with that? There is a huge problem with that. Now, what a man gonna do? See, some of these guys, they have families. That man didn't come over. They have family. They have children with them. They have wives. They come to this country. They get that little bit of money and they paying it to somebody and they didn't got fleeced and now they don't have no money. Now what they do? If it's me, I'm knocking somebody over the head to get mine for my family. Now y'all can call me what you want to call me, but I'm gonna do what I got to do to line my family up. I just hope it ain't one of your family members that they line up. That can't be right. Go to David Ross' page. He filmed it. They told him that his house was that they was renting his house for $1,200 a month. They gave somebody the first month's rent and a deposit. They got out of a white van, just like at the airport. Denise Davis says they had suitcases ready to move in. Shake my head, scam. She obviously seen it. This shit is happening for real. Do that to me. If it was me and my wife and we had our 2 children and you took my money, oh, somebody paying for that. We living somewhere tonight. Somebody gonna pay for that shit that they just did to me. This is why there's a process to come into this country. And it ain't living off the American taxpayer dollar. And here's what happens. The people that argue and fight and talk about what they rights and, it ain't illegal to come into the country. You idiots. You're an idiot for thinking that. Because nowhere have I ever been in the 4 countries I've lived in. That's including America. So I've lived in three countries. Nowhere in any of those countries. Now, I never lived in Africa, but I've been to Africa 10, 15 times. I can't even own a business 100% in Africa, let alone get subsidies being an American. If you ever known any American, Black American, let's just keep it 100 on that. Find a Black American who's gone to Africa. Ask them if they were able to get subsidies, government subsidies. Ask them if they could get what we call welfare. Ask them if they could get food stamps, WIC, whatever they call it. Ask them if they can get that. I can't even own my company. I got to give 30% of my company away. Not away, give it away. I have to have a born citizen as a partner at a minimum of 30% ownership in my company in Africa. You can't even own a company to yourself there. I mean, an American. A natural born, person that lives in one of these countries in Africa, they can. But an African can come here and get subsidies. How fair is that? I'm going to Spain in November to the Bengal game. Here's what I'm going to ask them. When I get there, I'm going to see if I can get me some welfare. I'm going to see if I can live over there. I'm just going, damn it, I'm going to lose my passport, and I just want to live in Madrid. And I'm going to see if I can get room, housing, and boarding. I'm going to see how easy that is to do. And I guarantee you, they ain't going to let me do it until I become a citizen. And they're not going to let me become a citizen until I go through the proper steps. And we out here fighting all this time. See how they always keep you shifting on arguing? They ain't never telling you nothing that you can do to be good, be better, be sharp, be on time, be smart, open a business. They ain't never trying to teach you that. They constantly got you bitching and complaining about what's going on somewhere else and how it's affecting Black folks. They ain't never trying to make it right where, okay, we don't need them. We don't need this. We can be self-sufficient. It ain't never about being self-sufficient. It's always what somebody's taking from you. Think about that shit, man. That's a strategy. You are part of the business plan. You are not the business plan. If you around people that's always bitching and complaining about somebody taking something from you, then you're not an asset. You're not an asset. Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't watch me either. I wouldn't. This is a different program than what they've been watching in Cincinnati for 20, 30 years. This is just different. Every day, you got to be reminded of how horrible it is to live in the greatest country in the world. It's just amazing to me. And if you're not getting, it's like this. This is how I look at it. If you raise a child and your child don't take advantage of the opportunities that you extend your child, that's that child's fault. I know some parents that did everything that they possibly could for their kid, and their kid wanted to rip and run the streets, wanted to be with all the girls, wanted to be with all the boys, ruined all these opportunities, had a child, and all the things that the parent was trying to do for them that was special went all the way down the drain because the kid wanted to do what they wanted to do. They didn't want to reap all the benefits that was coming from great parents. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to do it their way. See, I look at a lot of people the same way. You live in a country where you can open up a Dixie cup stand or an icy stand and be all you can be. Instead, you'd rather sit around and talk and bitch and complain about how fucked up it is here. See, you just like that child to me. You don't reap the benefits. You speak on the sorrow all day. That's what I got a problem with. Charles Caddy on Facebook, was it Kennedy, says, do you have solutions or do you just point out the problems? No, you might want to watch the show a little bit more often. Because if you really, it answers itself if you think about it, Charles. The problems that I talk about, the solution is in my announcement of what the problem is. Yeah, you might want to go back and watch some of the, I know Facebook delete the shows after 30 days, but you can go to Facebook or you can go to YouTube and watch the shows and get all those problems solved. But here's the problem, Charles, to be honest with you, and I respect what you said, but let me just say this to you. My problem solving comes with self-accountability. It takes us to fix the problem. So in order to fix a problem, you got to point out the problem first, right? And for me, I always said, well, you know what? We can fix our own problems. You ain't never heard me say anything other than that. I ain't never said somebody gonna fix our problem. Never. So yeah, I point out the problems, but the answer is when I point them out, like what I just told you, you live in a country where you can open up a Dixie cup stand. Do you hear the answer in that, in me pointing out the problem? Do you hear the answer? See, a Dixie cup stand or your own business makes you independent. And that's just how I see things. I say we don't need everybody to fix our problems. We can fix our own problems. Am I getting there with you? Is it resonating? You getting it? Because just talking about the problems all the time, that's not fixing it. That's obviously not fixing it, because you got platforms that's been talking about the problem. They talk about the problems as if they're not leading the city, as if they're not in control, as if they don't have the whole shebang. They control the budgets, they control the money, they control the economic, they control everything. Now, you can't tell me that that's not oxymoron when you sit up and talk about how bad something is. If I'm a grown-ass man and I talk about how dirty my house is, or if I talk about how bad the house smell of dog, or how bad I got spider webs all over the place. My house is filthy. My house is this is this. Y'all would think I'm crazy. You would say, well, it's your house. Fix it. Fix the doorknob. Fix the mailbox. Fix the chipped up paint on the wall. Get the dog smell out your house. It's your house. You control it. I would look dumb sitting back talking about my own house, what I control. You have to put it on me. That's how I feel about people that talk about cities that they control, and they get to talking about how bad it is and this and this and that. You control it. You control it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I let a lot of comments go by. I'm sorry, guys. Denise Davis says, if we had, and I probably could go back further than this, but the comments were going by so fast. I'll read a few and then I got to get out of here, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'll let you guys have the last word. She says, if we had $5 per show, if we could center ourselves, we could have entered the RIT market as a collective, but we always fighting. We're not going to do that. I hear you. Just like, what's his name? Luke. See, Luther Campbell. Don't stop, get it, guy. Talking about we should put our money together and buy spirit. See, I mean, I know it sounds like, oh, you know what? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard him say outside of his don't stop, get it, and doo-doo brown. That shit he said is some doo-doo brown. Why would you buy a failing airline that has been failing for a decade? And then he says we should buy it together, collectively. You mean the same people that asked it up? You mean the same people that's fighting in the airport, slamming each other, and they need a whole, like you want us to buy into that collectively? So you just want to set some money on fire. You just want to take a bunch of people's money and just burn it. I tell you what about working together. Who said that? I'll challenge. Let's just do a little small challenge. Not necessarily a challenge. It's just something that we should think about. I want everybody to think about this. Hold on, let me do this let me do this real fast. It's gonna take me 1 second. I want to just class my comments real fast. Put them together right here. Let me do this real fast. My bad. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. My apologies on this. It's probably gonna look like I'm gone, but I'm not. I just want to do this. I'm not gone. I still got 2 minutes. Hold on. Okay, my apologies. My apologies. I hope you can hear me. I just wanted to, my screen was stuck on my side. It was my screen was froze. And I just wanted to make sure that I can get it right. So let me just make sure that my screen is right on this side. 1 second. Okay. I think it should be moving. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys hear me okay? Let me tell you what a lot of people do when it comes down to building a company. They put it on paper, they get a business plan, they put it on paper, and guess what they do? Guess what most communities do? Most people in other communities. And what you never really hear us talk about. For Charles and them who say, do you ever talk about the solutions? I generally tell you what a problem is, and then the answer to the problem is in my commentary of what I say about it. You'll find it in there. Listen, most guys or women, most people in these communities, they get an idea. A lot of them go to the bank, ask for business loans. Okay. But you know what some of them do? Some of them actually go out and do private fundraisers. They raise their own money. Now, how successful do you think that would be for someone like myself or you to go to the Black community and say, hey, I got an idea for a car wash on such and such street in our neighborhood. Okay, let's just say I want to put a car wash down on Lynn Street, or I want to put a car wash down, okay, on 14th Street in downtown Cincinnati, where the working class people can get their car washed and, on the way home or on the way from the office or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some people can raise money on their business plan and ideas. They can go to 15, 20 people and end up with $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. Some people can do that. Can we do that? Go ahead and do that, Stephen Speed. I would love to see how that work out. Now, you might be able to get some people to put in $5, $10 for a funeral. But for an asset, an actual business, like if I say, hey, I'm about to open up a dry cleaner, and everybody, you know, you can invest in this dry cleaning, the minimum buy-in is $500. You know what I'm saying? I know Denise Davis, I got my point that I'm making came from what you said. You said put in $5 a piece. I'm saying that a lot of people fundraise, not GoFundMe, but they get money from family members, friends, the community, and they build businesses. If you want to know if we can work together, try that first. If your group ain't gonna spend money with you, they sure in the hell ain't gonna invest with you, not in you. So if I say I can open up a car wash in a neighborhood predominantly Black, and I say minimum buy-in is $500, and you can have a share in this car wash, how many $500 you think you're gonna get? How much money you think a private owner would raise in private equity? How much money do you think we would get as a group? Start asking yourself that type of stuff and leave out. You don't have to look. For years and for decades, we've been saying we don't support each other businesses and this and that and all that old shit. I look at it from a different aspect because I'm out here in the money game. I say to you, try to raise money in the Black community outside of a funeral or some old shit. Say you want a Black-owned restaurant, write up a business plan and try to get $1,000 from people and see what happens. Go ahead. I'll give you a perfect example. And y'all, I'm going to close out on this shit. And I probably, you know what? I probably should change my closeout music because you ain't going to like me after I say what I say. The haters going to have some room to talk about me on this one. Matter of fact, I am going to change my closeout music. Because when I say this one right here, y'all ain't going to like me. Let me change my music real fast. Hold on one second. I got to take a sip. You ready? Tag your haters. Tag the ones that tell you I don't like Black people. Tag the ones that say all I do is talk bad about us. Tag the ones that say I have no solutions. I just talk about the problem. Tag them. Let them know he over here talking bad about us. I'm going to give you a perfect example of how easily we as a community get fleeced. T. Mikey G said, the popcorn. You ready? You ready, Mikey? Black Lives Matter raised $90 million in the United States of America. $90 million Black Lives Matter raised in the United States. And they hadn't built one school. They haven't built one bank. They haven't built one hospital. They haven't built one institution that's Black owned. They haven't financed one Black owned business. They haven't ran anything that Black people can benefit off of. And y'all think we can work together. That's the biggest flex of a scam. And we should all have our eyes open on how easily they use us. I'm just going to close out on that. You can hate me for that. Just think about that. $90 million and you ain't got a library. You don't have a school. You don't have a bank. You don't have anything that can align yourself up as a Black person to that Black Lives Matter money. Nothing. Not nothing. I'll holler at you.
off in the Hellcat. Only smoke pressure, the best you can smell that. Turn the 2, 8, 2 and 3 with a scale at 8. Need bows, they gon' wrap it and mail that. Just put a 4 in the poppin' and fell back. Giving them trouble, they like where they help at. These niggas pussy, they twat, they big cat. Big racks all on his head and they kidnap. Ayy, no cap, this shit here, big facts. Kicking in doors at the kickback, get back like. Run them pockets, let me get that. Ayy, 30 shots with 100, come with me. Wasn't proving no points, so we hit him with 60. Crib Street still screaming RIP Nipsey. I come from the Grove, but the knife niggas with me. Ayy, 600, that shit kinda in me. I jumped off the porch to the block in the trenches. I'm rocking designer, this Glock in my brick. It's the bitch from the back, nigga, buy some inches. 6 days and 6 nights, we was out on the mission. On the 7th, we seen him and caught him and flipped. Only right that we hit everybody that's with him. I've been causing hell ever since I was little. I can make a bitch shit like I'm Dr. Doolittle. Don't reach for this chain, tell your ass for a noodle. Yeah, I missed the trouble, I thought that you knew. Bitch.
I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart.
Party people, can yo get funky? Suicide and folks, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just taste the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That bot just getting so funky and hit me. Yeah, just hit me. Time to chase your dreams about the seats. Make your body sway, socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it down. Go, ladies. It's a living dream. Love, life, live. Come play the game. Our world is free. Do what you want, but free. The soul sonic force. It's the big power. And MC Glow, we emphasize this show. We got ego. Make this your night and slip it right. In my day, as the people say, live it up. Shucks. For work or play, our world is free. Be what you be to me. You're in a place where the nights are hot, where nature's children dance and say the chant on this mother earth, which is our rock. The time has come and what for soul to show you really got soul. Are you ready? Pump, 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 get bump. Now let's go. House is rocking, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't